Hi everyone. I'm going to show you today how to create a requisition that is going to avoid getting kicked back from a secretary. So the first thing that we're going to talk about today is going to be just some basics. So first of all, please use approved vendors if possible. Your staff secretary can tell you if a vendor is approved. If they're not, we can always set them up as a vendor. But a lot of the common school things like school specialty, Lakeshore Learning, a lot of those vendors are going to be in our system already. So please try to use those vendors if possible. If they're not an approved vendor, and again, your staff secretary can let you know, we can set them up as a vendor, but they need to make sure that they accept purchase orders. So somewhere on their website, it'll say what kind of payments they accept. And if they say purchase orders, then we can get them set up as a vendor. If they don't accept purchase orders, please try to find a different vendor that sells that product. If that is the only place you can purchase it, so say for example it's a software and that's the only place that it can be purchased, we can utilize a credit card, but we want to try to use the purchase order system as much as possible. Office supplies are encouraged to be ordered through Sierra Auburn Office Products, and so please make sure that you order those through them. Support documents of what is needed are required. So this should be a screenshot, a print of the item that needs to be attached to the requisition so that the individual who's ordering it knows exactly what you're ordering. And so they don't have any mistakes. We don't have to do any returns. And so please make sure the support documents are required. As far as shipping, sometimes there's free shipping, but we're going to ask you to please make sure you just add on 10%, even if it says free shipping. You'll get your money back in your account when the requisition is completed. And so we want to just add that on. Sometimes it may be more than 10%. If it has a specialty amount, you'll want to mention that probably up in the comments. Please make sure you add 7.25%, which is the current tax rate for Auburn, into the requisition. If the tax rate has changed between now and the time you're watching this video, please make sure you use the updated tax rate. Please try to limit purchases to Amazon. I know that Amazon seems to have everything on it, but a lot of times it's really difficult to actually purchase things from Amazon. Please try to use an approved vendor if you can do so. If you need to purchase something from Amazon, which sometimes they're the only one that they have the products, you need to please make sure that you use what's called the ASIN, so the Amazon Store Identification Number. So please make sure you're using the ASIN on the requisition, and that will make sure that we get the right item ordered for you. We will not be accepting handwritten requisitions, so if you handwrite it, we're going to ask you to please make sure you use the fillable form, which is downloadable on Symbaloo. And lastly, if you're going to submit your requisition, please make sure everything gets combined into one PDF. And again, I can show you how to do that. It's pretty simple and easy. When you go to Symbaloo, you're going to see on the bottom right, it says requisition form. So you're going to go ahead and download that requisition form, or you can save it, and that will get you the requisition form so you can begin filling that out. It downloads down here, and I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Your requisition form is going to open. I'm going to increase the size a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. You're going to go ahead and start filling out the parts that are needed. I'm going to say that I'm going to purchase an item from Lakeshore Learning because I know that that's a vendor. I'll fill out the information in just a minute. And I'm just going to say that I am the one who's ordering it and I need it delivered to Olive Ranch. So I may say, please deliver to Olive Ranch School on the special delivery details. So now I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to make sure that I have all the items and quantity information from the website. So I get to Lakeshore Learning and I'm going to be, and right here I see that I need some sensory sand. So I click on the sensory sand and I realize right here is what I need. And I'm going to pick the color, and my students love blue. So I'm going to go ahead and select the blue. What I need to do is I'm going to find the item number, which is right here. I'm going to take that item number and I'm going to put that on my requisition. I need 2 of them, for example. So I'm going to say 2. I'm going to look at the description that's on the website, and it says colored mold and play sensory sand. So I'm going to type that in. Colored mold and play sensory sand. And I need it in blue, so I'm going to put blue. And I know that the price is $29.99. So I'm going to go ahead and put that price on my requisition. And the requisition is going to automatically total. It's going to multiply the quantity times the price per unit. And that's going to give me a line total. Let's also say that I need a few other things from Lakeshore. So I'm going to go and I'm going to find a math. And I need a preschool individual learning kit. This is what I'm purchasing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find the kit. And that's the item number. And I'm going to put, I need 1 of those. And it's a preschool individual learning kit. And it is $149. So I'm going to put that in. Now, one of the things I forgot to do with the first one is I want to make sure that I get a print or something of it. So I have information. So I'm going to go ahead and just print this page. And I'm going to actually, I can put it on different printers, but I'm going to save it as a PDF. I'm going to save it onto my desktop. And I forgot to do the other sand. So I'm going to go back and get that. I'm going to actually just take the item number. Go back and get the sand. And there it is. So I'm going to print that. And save my sensory sand. And now I've got my 2 items that I'm going to be ordering. Now on the bottom, you're going to need to give us some other information. So say, for example, where does this requisition go? So I'm going to go find the address and the phone number and the fax. Make sure I have all that filled out. So right here, it says purchase orders. So I need to put in this address. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. Oh, and you know what? It's actually going to not let me copy it because of the size. So I'm going to actually just move my window over here and I'm going to copy it forward from it. So East Dominguez Street, Carson, California, 90895. I have the phone number 310-537-8600. And I need to find the fax number, and here's the fax number. This is to order by phone, but purchase orders are down here. So I'm going to find the fax number, and I'm going to go ahead and put that fax number in, which is 800-537-5403. So now I filled out the top. I filled out my bottom down here. And now I have my subtotal. Now the shipping charge, again, I'm going to go look and see if they have any special shipping amount. So it may have something on here about like FAQs or something about shipping. So you go on here and you say shipping. So what are your shipping charges? And it says view shipping charges. So standard shipping are 15% of the order delivered with a minimum of $16.99. So this is a good example of why you need to check the shipping cost, because it is actually more than the 10% which we recommend. So we're going to actually enter 15% on this requisition. So I'm going to get my calculator and I'm going to put 208.98 times 0.15, which is 15%. and I figure out it's $31, and I'm going to round that up to 35 cents. So $31.35. And then sales tax, I need to find the sales tax on the subtotal. And sales tax is 725, so 0.0725. And I figure out that that's $15.15. Okay. So once I filled all that out, I have all of my information here about where it's going, who I am, where it's going to be delivered. I have my item numbers and my descriptions available along with the correct prices. I have my subtotal, the vendors, the sales tax, and the total. That's all appropriate. All of this bottom information will be filled out by your secretary and your administrator. So I'm going to go ahead and save this as on my desktop as a PDF, and I'm going to put Lakeshore Learning Requisition. And save. So that's going to become a PDF. Now you'll notice on my desktop I have three different PDFs. I have the Lakeshore Learning, I have the Sensory Mold Sand PDF, and I have the individual learning kit. Instead of sending these all as different ones, I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of these. And if I right click, it should tell me to combine all these files in Acrobat. So I'm going to go ahead and combine all those files in Acrobat. And it will actually show me 1, 2, 3, and all of those files right there. And I can click Combine. And then, just say no to that. This will actually show me that it adds the first page, and then the second page, and the third page for all of the information that is needed right there. So then I'm going to go ahead, and this is going to save this file on my desktop or wherever you want to save it. I'm going to put Lakeshore Learning Complete Requisition. And then I'm going to go ahead and send that complete file that I just made. I'm going to send this to my secretary for signature. Now, if you go to combine them and you don't have a right click, you can open up the first one. And over here on your tools that should be available, you can either go View Tools, and it should have a Combine Files, or you may have a shortcut over on your right side, and you can put Combine, and you can put Add Files. And you can go ahead and put in the mold sensory, and you can combine them that way. And you can also combine your files that way. So there's two different ways you can combine your files. But please make sure that you are, again, sending your files complete in one PDF to your secretary. Now I want to show you real quick some of the challenges that can be with ordering on Amazon. So say, for example, you put in on the requisition Theraputty. If we go to Theraputty on Amazon, you can see that there's about 20 or so different things just on the first page. So we really need to know if you are ordering from Amazon, which Theraputty, by the way, can probably be ordered through a different organization. If you're ordering it on here, we need to know which you are ordering. So say, for example, you were actually talking about this set right here. I'm going to show you where you can find the Amazon store number so you can make sure that you're ordering it correctly. When you go down and scroll down, it's a little bit farther down. It's going to have all the information here. It's going to say product details. Right here is what we call the ASIN number. And this number right here, it's usually about 7 or 8 or 9 digits. When you look at this number right here, this number is the exact link to go to that Theraputty. And so please make sure that you're involving that item number. So if I actually put in that item number, that's the only one that will show up. So when we're actually ordering, that will help us be able to order much quicker than us putting in Theraputty. So if you are going to order on Amazon, because it's the only place you can have an item, please make sure you're including the ASIN number. If you have any further questions about how to submit a requisition, please make sure you talk to your staff secretary. Thanks.